Terror of the Peaks costs 22 euros. These 5 cards cost less than a coffee. Welcome to Budget Lab, where we take the most expensive commander staples and find what actually replaces them. Episode 1, Terror of the Peaks. Terror of the Peaks. 5 mana, 5/4 flyer with built-in protection. Whenever another creature you control enters, Terror of the Peaks itself deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. It is the gold standard for ETB damage engines in red, and it costs 22 euros. Here is what we are looking for. Cards that trigger on creatures entering and deal damage. 5 alternatives, from cheapest to most powerful. Prices verified on Card Market. Where Ancients Tread, 35 cents. The restriction, your creatures need power 5 or greater. But when they do, you get 5 damage to any target. In a dragon deck or a big creature deck, this is automatic. The only miss is when you're flooding the board with small tokens. Warstorm Surge, 67 cents. No restriction. Any creature that enters deals damage equal to its power to any single target. It costs 6 mana instead of 5, but it is a direct functional replacement. Whatever is attacking your game plan with terror, Warstorm Surge covers it for under €1. Pandemonium, €1.62. For mana, and every creature that enters, yours and your opponent's, can deal damage equal to its power. The symmetry is the catch. In a dedicated ETB deck, you're almost always getting more triggers, but your opponents can use it too. Know your table. Impact Tremors, €1.93. And here's where it gets interesting. Terror of the Peaks hits one target. Impact Tremors hits all opponents for 1 damage per creature. In a token deck flooding the board with 10, 20, 30 creatures, that is 30 damage split across every opponent. Terror cannot do that. Scourge of Valkas, €4.65. Dragon Tribal only, but in the right deck, it scales harder than Terror of the Peaks ever could. Dragon number 4 hits for 4. Dragon number 8 hits for 8. It grows with your board. The best budget pick for any dragon commander. Here is the full picture. 5 alternatives from 35 cents to under €5. Terror of the Peaks at 22 euros. The gap is real. The verdict: if you run tokens, Impact Tremors outperforms Terror. If you run dragons, Scourge of Valkas scales harder. If you just want the same effect for less, Warstorm Surge costs 67 cents. The €22 card is real, but is not always the right call. Budget Lab, Episode 1. Which budget pick runs in your 99? Tell us in the comments. Episode 2 is coming.